Good morning, everybody. How are you? Oh, what a fine day to be. I look like Ken Dodd, don't I? Just thought I'd pop on quickly. So I know I'm well aware that I haven't spoken to you guys in a little while. I'm not going to keep saying I've been super busy, but I have been, as we all are. And I just haven't got around to filming something. So it's Wednesday morning. Just got out of the shower, and I've got, what time is it? It's 7:10, and I've got a couple of hours till my youngest son comes round, and he's going to drop off his two girls for an hour. They're going, they're buying a house at the moment, so they're house hunting. So he's asked me if I'll have the girls for an hour. So quickly took the shower. I've had breakfast early, and I'm just in the throes of getting ready. So I thought, this is real life, right? So I thought, why not? So I'll catch up with you just while I'm putting on a little bit of slack, that's all. So basically, hello, how are you? Long time no speak. So what's been happening? Well, quite a lot. So I've done, since we last spoke, I don't know if I spoke to you since I've done launch night, but I've had basically 2 sessions as a fully fledged consultant. I've been going to my group for quite a few weeks now. Once I knew which one I was taking over, I've been there ever since. So it felt like ages that I'd actually been kind of going there. But then on the 13th of March, that was my launch night, and that was absolutely amazing. I don't know if I've said this already, but well over 100 people come through the door that night. Loads of people stayed, which was great. Scary, but great. So I had to stand up in front of all those people and deliver my first. You don't do a proper image therapy on the first night, just for those that might be interested in how it sort of works as a consultant, which is kind of like what I've been saying about this channel. It's sort of kind of progressed a little bit, evolved, like as all channels do. So yeah, so I'll be obviously sharing little bits and pieces with you if you're interested. Well, I will be sharing it anyway, so if you're not interested, presumably you'll just switch off or unsubscribe or whatever. I hope you don't mind. You absolutely hope you don't, because my figures are growing all the time, which is fabulous. But yeah, so yeah, first night you don't do normal image therapy. You do like a new members talk to everybody. Now I think this is a genius idea of Slimming World, because it's a really good way of the consultant kind of bedding in. Just use boring old Nivea, by the way, just in case anyone's wondering. It's a really good way for the consultant to kind of get themselves bedded in, but also for the members, maybe even like the long-term struggling members, it's good for them to have like a refresher on the new members talk. And I think it should be done anyway, so, every so often. I really do. In fact, probably that's what I will do moving forward. But it's such a good thing, because even when you've been doing it a long while, and I've been saying, I don't know if I've mentioned this to you or in group, I'm getting a bit confused now who I have told, but I had one of my friends that was kind of struggling, and asked me to just check her out, and it turns out that she'd been doing it for a little while, and her weight loss had stalled. She couldn't understand why. She was completely unplanned, she said. I believed her. I'm sure in her head she was, but I said to her, there will be something that's getting in your way. And she said, but I'm having all this free food. I said, it won't be the free food. It won't be. It will be something like some oils or fats or hidden things that you're being added. It will absolutely not be the free food. There'll be something there, something in your healthy extras. So we had a quick look, basically, and it turned out to be her, the healthy extra B that she had been choosing. She thought was a free, or a healthy B, and it wasn't. And she was basically having an extra 7 sins on that. And she was having L-Pen bars rather than the L-Pen light bars. So again, she was having like double the sins that she should have been. So it might seem like small things, but these little things add up, and over the course of a week will result in a maintain or gain, which is exactly what has been happening. So anyway, so that's why I think that the new members talk is good, because it kind of refreshes everybody. And just reminds us all, every one of us, the importance, because as I say to them, Slimming World asks us to measure so few things. Really, is it in the scheme of things, and how important your weight loss is to you, is how important is it to get your weight loss where you want it to be. And if it's a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, as I hope it is, which is why you're following the plan, then you'll want to address that. So weigh and measure everything. So that's why I think that's a good idea. So yeah, so the first one was about that, really, just doing a new members talk. That was great, absolutely fantastic. And then last week, so Monday, 2 days ago, was my first kind of image therapy, sort of using, for you members and myself, we see the consultant goes around with using her tablet. That was my first sort of proper image therapy. So that was really good. They seem to have really enjoyed the raffle prizes. I've done 2 food ones so far. And this week I did the one out of the Best Loved cookbook, and I did the sweet and sour chicken with rice. And I was inspired by one of my members, actually, that put it on their Facebook page, and it looked so lovely. And I thought, you know what, that's what, in group, that's what we want to be talking about. We want to get the food talk going, so let's do that. So I did. They didn't have to buy anything. I bought the pork, even down to like the white wine vinegar, to the garlic cloves, to the stock kit. They had everything. I even bought a bag of rice, so and a fresh pineapple, this sort of thing. So it was, and you say for 10p a ticket, where would you get a raffle prize like that? So they were really chuffed with that. That's brilliant. So I'm glad about that. So that went down well. So I got my first target member on my first image therapy nights. That was a really gorgeous moment. The lady that had been, she'd lost over, I think it was 6 stone in the end, if I remember rightly. It's all a bit of a blur, to be honest. I gave out a few awards. It's just such a lovely moment. It's so rewarding just to be able to hand out these awards. Okay, so these people hadn't necessarily come through under myself, but they're in my group, and they've been, this is a group thing. It's not just about me as the consultant, it's absolutely the group, and the group is so important. So throughout the previous weeks, that group would have lifted her at times, I'm sure. Likewise, she'd have lifted the group. So yeah, it's a really, really lovely moment. So it's a privileged job. That's all I keep thinking to myself. What a privilege to be able to help these people and just be part of this. It's phenomenal, really is. So if ever I would say to anybody that was ever thinking of it, it's busy, it's full on. But I knew that. I knew what I was letting myself in for. Have I regretted it? No, not for a moment. Not for a moment. It's just been such a rewarding job so far, and the training is second to none. I was in Guildford all day yesterday. Did group Monday, which kind of starts about 4, so I'd run 2 groups already. They're existing members. Obviously, I've already got my own new members that have come on board, which is fabulous. But it's a busy group. It's over 2 groups, so we've gone into a double group, and next thing will be to get it into a triple group. Maybe we shall see. But yeah, so Monday was from sort of 4, obviously getting prepared in the day, and then I leave here about 4ish to get set up, because you don't get long, and you want the room looking as good as you can do for everybody. So yeah, first group ready for 5:30 kick-off, and then you have your 7:30 one, so takes you up to about 9:10 maybe. Then you've obviously got to pack away and then get home. So it's a busy day, the day of group, busy but fun. And of course yesterday morning I had to be up at Cracker Sparrows and out of here by 9 for a Fool's Day training in Guildford, and I got home about 5:30 last night. So I've just got very little time at the moment to be doing other stuff, but I know it's all for my own good, if you know what I mean. And I'm just soaking it all up like a sponge, because I love learning, and it's great. And it's all going to obviously help me as a consultant. So that's all fantastic. So I'm down to 9.7 now as well. I don't know if I've mentioned that. So we're getting there. 8.13 is the goal, if you remember. To those of you that don't know, I started off at 13. That my heaviest recorded weight with Slimming World was 13.13, so almost 14 stone, and I'm only 5'1", so I was a big gal. I'm now 9.5 stone, and has it changed my life? You betcha. I never want to go back. anywhere even close to what I was before. The difference to this that has made to my life, I mean, I would not be doing a job like I'm doing today, feeling the way I do today, if it wasn't for losing all the weight. I know it's not the be all and end all, and you can be happy whatever. I absolutely believe that too. But what it has done for me is it's just given me such more freedom. I've got freedom with clothes. I used to have to be quite restricted. It's got easier. I know there's a lot more online shops and things for the bigger lady or bigger man out there, but it was always quite restrictive, I thought. So yeah, losing this weight has just been, I can just get by anything now, size 10 or 12. More a 10 than a 12 very often, and who knew that? I was like size 18 straight 20. So I just feel more comfortable in my skin, more confident. I can do more things, things I used to just automatically say no to because I used to think, I'll be too fat for that, and going out was always a big deal. I never knew what to wear, and now I could just say yes to so many more things, and it just has given me so much more confidence. It really, really has. So that's good. So yeah, the weight's still coming off. What's that, work in progress. I'm not too fussed at this stage. I'm really not. I'm going to get to the 8:13 and however long it takes me. This year. It's going to be this year. What else? I told you about my husband's brother, didn't I? That's still not good news on that front, I'm afraid. He's been moved from Southampton General to Winchester in Hampshire, which is, he's still on a stroke unit. It's pretty much taken out completely his left-hand side. Well, it has taken out his left-hand side completely. He's, he can't stand up at the moment. He's quite down, as you can totally understand. We got there as often as we can, but we've got to be mindful that he doesn't get overtired because he's having like the physio now, which really takes it out of him. And when we go and visit him, he's very sleepy. He's obviously got a lot of friends and family that want to visit him, so we've got to be mindful of the time not to overtire him. But it's just awful. It's just so sad. So they're still trying to find out the reasons, what caused it. He did have some high cholesterol, which he was addressing. He had lost 1.5 stone. He wasn't massively overweight, but anything, anything helps. Anything you get yourself nearer to what's recommended healthy BMI, and it's obviously a good thing. So it's a waiting game now. He's 61, so he's got a relatively young guy. He's still got youth on his side. There's people in the ward with him that are a fair bit older. So I just put my eyeliner on. That are a fair bit older, and they've been there sort of 10 to 12 weeks, and as they're still basically in bed and not really moving very much. So if you look at that, it kind of gets you down. You say, oh my God, I hope that's not going to be the same for Ray. But as I say, he is a younger man, so we're hoping that having youth on his side is going to really help. So that's that. My dad has, I don't know if I told you, he was looking at a mobile home. He's actually bought like a lodge thing. It's down in Chichester, and I'm sure I did mention this. We thought he may be moving out this Friday, but he's going to be moving in with my brother, which I think I've mentioned as well. But my brother has a job that he's going to do that's going to take him not away, but from home for a week or so while he does this job. So basically, he doesn't want to leave Dad on his own down in the van. So, and Dad's due to go and have his hip operation on the 10th of April. So I'm hoping that he can go in just slightly before that, just so that he gets his bearings in the new place. And I don't really want him to have to go in there once he's had the op and he's still a bit incapacitated. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see if that's the case. That's the case. But hopefully it'll be in the next couple of weeks. results in 3 weeks. So if we can get him in, even if it's like a week before, a few days before, just so that he gets his bearings, that would be great. So it's not too stressful for him. So that's that. I've had a couple of birthdays already in March. You know, I've got 8 grandchildren. One of them, I've got two babies. I call them babies. One's just turned a year, so she was a year a couple of Sundays ago, and the other one is a year this Friday, so a couple of days. So then both my babies will be a year old, and my eldest granddaughter is going to be 10 in May. So they sort of range from 10 down to 1, which is lovely. So the 2 babies, there's only a matter of weeks apart. Poppy, who's the one that's going to be 1 on Friday, she was born 5 weeks early, so she's a little prem baby. She's so tiny. She's just walking, and she's like a little doll. So, but she's absolutely perfect in every way. She really is, and she's catching up. And probably if she was term, she would probably be a bit advanced for a year. So it's really sort of stood her in good stead, because although she's very tiny and she was 5 weeks premature, apart from being a little bit on the small side, you'd never know it. She's not backward in coming forward, I tell you. She's amazing. I had them for a couple of hours on Sunday, a pair of them. She's adorable. She gives you one. She's just got those couple of teeth at the bottom there. She sort of grins at you, and you just want to squeeze her. She's so lovely. And Phoebe, who's a year the other Sunday. I mean, she's a big girl for a year old, and she's been walking. She's sturdy, and she's what you always expect her to walk up to you and kind of say, "Hi, Gran." She's absolutely gorgeous. Massive, dark, curly hair, just like her daddy. Of course, I'm a bit biased because he's my son, but she's beautiful like her mum too. I'm so lucky with my grandchildren. They are absolutely gorgeous. I've got 2 grandsons and 6 granddaughters, and having had 3 sons myself, of course, having the granddaughters is gorgeous. Love it. So that's pretty much it, really. You're kind of up to date. So it's really just been not been too much in the way of sort of social side of things at the moment, because it's all been kind of getting the new business up and running, which is fine. We're hoping to have a holiday later on in the year. It's going to be our 40th wedding anniversary. I know. Didn't tell me I had Nivea on my nose, did you? So we're hoping to have a bit of a special holiday later on in the year. We'll see. What else have we got coming up? Can't think of anything that we've got majorly. Oh, we had a wedding this year, which was lovely down in. I did a bit of filming of that, didn't I? Showed you that. But yeah, we do need to have. We could do a bit of fun. I think a bit of fun is definitely on the cards. You know, maybe sort of a big gathering with the family. Now the weather's it's raining today, but